Good morning. Today is day 10. Don't worry, I'm not going to ask you to do headstands. Although, if you have a headstand chair, by all means. Today we're going to be doing isometrics. So give me a minute to set my studio up and I'll be right back. Hope you're all well this morning. See you in a minute. Alrighty, I'm all set up. I've got my mat and my weights, a Bosu. You don't need any props for any of this today, but if you want to ramp up the challenge a little bit, you can use either or other props that you may already be aware of. We're going to be doing the isometrics, which is holding a position. Doing so helps to increase your stamina and endurance, which is another reason why with some of the other exercises you want to slowly build up the number of reps that you're doing to build up your stamina and endurance in an active movement as opposed to in an isometric. I have 6 different positions we're going to do. Of course, we're going to start with the 100 first, because everything now is going to start with the 100 or an ab exercise of your choice. I'll do the 100, but if you already have a preference to an ab exercise going forward, plan to start with that and then jump into the video. We're going to be doing a plank hold. Going to do a side plank. We're going to do a Superman, which is prone, meaning on your stomach, lifting your arms and legs to build up the back end of the body. We're going to be doing a glute squeeze standing. We're going to do a squat hold and a lunge hold, so a split leg lunge hold. First things first, if planks are out of your repertoire, which they may be for many people if you've got a back issue going on, or other reasons. Sometimes planks can be a heavy load on the shoulder. What you would do is a bird dog. So I'm going to show you that first, and then I'll go back and we'll start with the plank. A bird dog is a kneeling position which works the core and the back and the glutes and the arms very similarly to a plank, but it's not quite a load on the lower back. So your bird dog, you would be kneeling, hands about shoulder distance apart, same with the knees. In this position, you want to make sure you're not arching your back, counterproductive. You're not also rounding your back. We're doing a straight plank, so you want to stabilize the shoulders. And in a bird dog, you would extend out one arm and one leg. While doing this and holding this position, you need to pull up in those abs to make sure the back doesn't flatten out. You also want to make sure that you do not turn the hip out, because your whole body is going to get off balance. So keep everything square. Just reach the arm, reach the leg out. Don't let the head drop. Lengthen the cervical, pull up the abs, and hold the position. You come down, you can stretch out a little bit, and then you would go into the other side. So pull up in the abs, press that hand down through the mat, extend the arm and the leg, reach your body out nice and long. You can have the toe at the back curled under if you prefer, or the foot flat. Just keep your shoulders pressed up away from the floor. Don't let your body sink like that. Okay, so that's your bird dog. Each of these positions, today we're going to start with 30-second hold. You want to build up with all of these to be able to hold for a minute. You may choose to go beyond that and hold longer, and that's entirely your choice. Again, the longer you hold it, the more stamina and endurance you're going to build up. Just going to grab my cloth, it's kind of hot out here. Okay, so back to the plank. Clearly there are variations in holding a plank position. You can be on your toes with the feet about hip distance apart. Having the feet together does pose an additional challenge in your balance. So if you want to add that in, then keep the feet together. But you do want to make sure that your hips, your body is in one long straight line. You're not dropping the hips. You're trying not to keep them up. You're not letting your head drop. You're not sinking in the shoulders. Just pull up in those abs and be nice and tight. That can be a little bit difficult on the wrist sometimes. So if you feel it there, then you're going to go down on your forearms. You would bring your elbows to about shoulder distance. You can keep them parallel or bring them in a little bit of a triangle, whichever feels better for you. Extend back out. Same thing with the feet. Hip distance is fine. Holding them together is a little bit more of a challenge. Don't let the hips drop. Don't keep them high. Don't let the shoulders sink. And don't let your head drop. And you would hold it like that. Next position would be from the knees. It does take a little bit of a load off the shoulder, and it takes a load off the wrist as well. Either on your hands or on your forearms. I don't need to do both. You've seen both of them already. But it is important to make sure that you lower those hips so that you're creating one long straight line from the knees all the way up through the top of the head. Again, don't let anything drop. You want to keep the abs pulled up, keep the shoulders pressed up away from the floor. Stretch out afterwards. With your Bosu, if you've got a Bosu, you want more of a challenge, put your hands either on the dome. I prefer for you to flip the dome over so it's flat side up, and you can put your hands on the dome. Then you get a little bit of extra work, or rather a lot of extra work, in stabilizing the shoulder girdle as you hold your plank position. Same thing with the flat side up on your Bosu. You can be on your forearms. You might just want something under your arms there because it can be a little bit hard. All right. So let's get ready for our 30-second plank. I'm going to go through a few different variations. So as usual, you don't have to move along with me. Just decide which form you want to take. I'm going to start with bird dog and work our way up. I'll do my best at counting, but I'm going to be talking and whatnot while we're counting or while we're working, so God knows how long we're going to hold it for. All right, so get yourself in the position of your choice. Again, I'm starting with bird dog. You're going to get a good breath and exhale. If you're doing bird dog, you'll hold one side half the length of time and switch. 5, 6, 7. I'm not going to be holding that long because I'm going to be doing a few different positions. And switch, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I'm going to a kneeling position on my hands. You guys keep going. 1, 2, maybe I'll hold each for 10 seconds. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Elbows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We must be at about 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's do 10 more seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Alrighty. So I went through about 60 seconds there. So I was doing a lot of different positions. But again, whatever position you chose, you can start with 30 seconds today, or just hold it as long as you can while you can stay in good form. Write that number of seconds in your log, and then your goal is to increase on that each time you do your plank holds. All right, next position is a side plank. Again, lots of ways to do a side plank. I don't really advise you doing a side plank on a Bosu. Not that it's not a good thing, it certainly does challenge your stability. But if you go wrong, you could hurt your shoulder. So just stay on a stable surface and in a fairly stable form. Side plank variations. First things first, there would be kneeling, both knees down. Hands on the mat, and you want your hand further away than your shoulder, because when you come up, your shoulder will end up about over your hands. You don't want the shoulder going beyond the hand. So, fingers point away, both knees on the mat. You're going to come up and hold. Again, you want a straight line from the knee through the head. Don't let the head drop. Raise the arm out so you're in a T if you'd like. Second position would be one leg long. You can keep it on the mat or keep it lifted. Hand either by your side or here. Next would be long body on your elbow. Either one foot on top of the other is more comfortable that way if you're wearing sneakers. Otherwise, you would split the feet out and have the top leg in front, which will prevent you from rolling back if you're going to lose your balance, if you lose your balance on this one. So, again, elbow away from the shoulder. If you've got sneakers, you'll come up here. Again, arm out. Otherwise, you would have your hand on the mat, fingers pointing away, and come up into your plank. Again, you can have the feet split out. Easier to hold your balance, arm out or here. All right, so choose your position. I'll start easy and I'll move up. So I'll go through 40 with you. I'll do 10 seconds in each position. Double knee, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep those hips up so your body's in a nice straight line. And 10, 1, 2, on the mat or up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Keep holding it, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Feet staggered. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Alrighty, guys. Roll your shoulders out. You can stretch those shoulders with a few of the stretches we did a little bit earlier. Protract, big stretch, retract, small stretch on both sides. We have to do the other side. All right, again, I'll do 4 positions, 10 seconds each one. Remember not to lock this elbow. So we're going to start on the knees. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't let the shoulders sink. 8, 9, and 10. Extend. 1, lift it or not. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Keep going. Long body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Stagger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Oh, they are challenging, absolutely. Stretch the shoulders out a little bit. We did a few stretches in an earlier video. Protract, big stretch, retract, small stretch, roll the shoulders out. All right. Next we have Superman. Okay, Superman again is prone or on your stomach. You're lifting both arms, both legs, pulling the belly button up from the mat at the same time and holding that position. So that means this. Now, if you have a back issue going on, that's going to be a very difficult position for you. And I don't want you to do both arms and both legs up at the same time. I would like you to stagger. So you'll lift one arm up and the other leg and hold it for half of the time, and then you'll switch. You're not lifting really high so that you arch the back. You're just lifting up and trying to keep a straight line with the body. You keep the back of your neck nice and long, so you're going to stay looking down at your mat, not in front of you, so you're crunching the back of the neck. So that would look like here. Just needs to be a couple of inches off the mat. Just reach both arm and leg nice and long. So I'm going to do each of those 3 variations. I'm going to start both arms and legs up. Then I'm going to switch to one arm, opposite leg, and the other one. We'll go for 30 seconds. Hold it for whatever time suits you, but don't lift too high so you take anything in the lower back. When we finish this, we'll do a little bit of a shell stretch or child pose. So get yourself ready, choose your variation. When you're reaching your arms forward, you're not hiking the shoulders. Get a good breath, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Alrighty. Shell stretch or child pose as you may know it. Stretch out those back muscles. It's a very good exercise for building strength and again endurance and stamina in your back. Alrighty, we're going to get up off the ground here now. The next one we're going to do is a glute hold, a glute squeeze, and you may want to be somewhere where you can hold on to something. That's not very stable. You would pick a wall. You don't need to hold on to anything. And then again, test your balance as well. Your glute hold, you're going to have the toes apart, heels together. I prefer to do this on my bare feet, but with the toes apart, heels together, you're going to pick up a little bit more inner thigh and glute. You're going to squeeze your glutes together really, really tight and lift those heels up off the mat. Now it's when you're doing that lift that you may want to have something stable to hold on to, just to help you with that balance. A wall, a chair, a broom. Not very stable, but that was a joke. Remember the broom challenge? Okay, we're going to hold this for 30 seconds or as long as you can, and then you'll come down. This is great because you're getting the glute work, but you're also getting great work in the calf muscle to hold those heels up off the mat. Get a good breath, pull in the lower abs, tuck the hips under a little bit, squeeze and lift. 2, 3, 4, pull it in. 6, 7, the higher you can lift on the heels or on the toes, the better. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, and 20. Squeeze. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 30. Alrighty, there you go. You will feel those. They're tough. It looks kind of silly and simple, but they're tough. Okay, we have 2 more to go. One is a squat hold, and then the last ones are a lunge hold, a forward step lunge. So, your squat is with the feet hip distance apart and parallel. You don't want to do a plie squat here. You want the knees be pointing straight forward over the feet. You will dip your back forward, this one kind of like a dead squat, just like this. You're not sticking your butt out though. You're still keeping a little bit tucked under, keeping the hips or the abs in nice and tight, reaching the arms out in front of you. Don't let the shoulders go away from you. You're going to hold that position. How low you go is entirely up to you. If you have a knee issue going on, you don't want to go too low, but it's especially important that you make sure that your feet are about hip distance and parallel. I'm going to hold hand weights. We'll add a little bit to the challenge. Variations on the squat. You could take a small ball or a foam roller and find a spot in the wall. And like we did those plie squats the other day, rolling up and down the wall, again you would use the middle position, feet hip distance, roll down, and just hold it. So again, we're going to hold it for about 30 seconds. As I say, I'm going to hold a hand weight. I'm going to stay sideways just so you can double check on my form. Keep me true. Pull in those abs. Get a good breath. And reach. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 17, 18, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 30. Good stuff. If you don't hold weights, sure you can hold it a lot longer. Start with just a couple of pounds if you're going to go to weights. Perhaps your progression would be no weights. Get in your squat, hold it for up to a minute, or as long as you can. Get that, add a few seconds to it. When you get up to a minute or 45 seconds, then grab a little hand weight, start over back at maybe 20 seconds, 15 or 20 seconds, and build up on that. Okay, the last one is your split lunge hold. You could have your front foot on a Bosu with the dome up. Again, that's going to create instability for you, so all your stabilizers will have to work a little bit harder. I'm not going to use a Bosu. If you've got a Bosu, grab it and you can set it up. Again, do dome side up, just in case if you've got it the other way around with the flat side up, if you lose your balance partway through, the falling could leave you out of the game for a couple of days, and we don't want that. All right, so your split lunge, you want the feet far enough apart, hip distance apart, so that if you are on a straight line, your feet are not on one line. They are still placed hip distance apart, and then you're going to dip. How low you go is up to you. Again, the lower you go, the more challenge you have, but it may be a little bit harder on the knee. So choose the level, I suppose, that is right for you. Most importantly, when you dip down, you don't want that knee going in front of the foot position, which is why your feet need to be far apart. And also, you can have a chair or a wall so that you can use that for balance. I find this more comfortable when I wear sneakers, because I can come up on my tiptoe and it doesn't hurt the ball of my foot. So you'll be making a dip like that. I'm going to hold hand weights. Because we have to do each leg, again, let's hold each one for 15 seconds. But you can carry on. if you're going to, and then just switch to the other side. All right. Feet hip distance parallel. Body stays upright. Hold something for balance if you need it. On the back toe, dip. And 1, whoops, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Switch. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. All right. They're just position holds, but they are quite challenging, so I know you're feeling it. Again, write those times that you did down in your log, keep a track, so that when you come back, you can build on them. Stretching. You want to get a good quad stretch. So we did one the other day where you're laying on your side and you can hook your foot, or if you can grab it, pull it behind, get a good quad stretch. You want to get a calf stretch with your block. You can do this kind of a stretch, which is good too. You're getting good hamstring stretch, pulling your toe in. This would be kind of like a plow stretch, getting one leg at a time. You can do both. Shoulder stretch. We did a few the other day where you're pulling one arm right across the body as you protract the shoulder. You're also retracting it and giving it a gentle little pull here. Roll the shoulders out. Some dynamic stretching. Rounding over your body at the end of it all is a great thing to do. Just let the back stretch out a little bit. Take a couple of good breaths and fill up the back of the lungs and extend, stretch out the back of your rib cage. And stack it up. Alrighty guys, that's the isometrics for today. Just another good thing to add to your library of things that you can do. Be building it up this week so that you're doing 2 or 3 at the same time. And eventually you'll build your workout to a 30-minute workout or more if you'd like. So you can pick multiple exercises. You won't necessarily do as many reps of all of them. But good luck. Happy day 10.